There is a point where continuing is not strength, it is escape. You keep answering, keep working, keep handling things, keep showing up like everything is under control. But inside, something feels off. Not dramatic, just disconnected. You feel it in the morning. You wake up and reach for your phone before you even take a full breath. A message is waiting, a problem, a notification. Someone else enters your mind before you have checked in with yourself. And just like that, the day starts without you. You read one message that changes your mood. It is only a sentence on a screen, but your body reacts before your mind explains why. Your chest tightens. Your thoughts start preparing a response. The day has barely begun, and you are already outside yourself. Then you keep going. You work, respond, solve, and perform. From the outside, everything looks normal, but there is a difference between being active and being present. You feel it when a simple question irritates you more than it should. When you try to rest, but your mind keeps moving. When you lie down at night and the room is quiet, but your thoughts are still running. The body is still, but inside the day is still happening. Conversations replay, tasks return, messages stay open in the back of your mind, and you wonder why rest does not feel like rest anymore. This is not just physical tiredness. It is the exhaustion of living disconnected from yourself. You spent the day being available, but not present. You answered people, but did not ask yourself what you needed. You handled problems, but ignored the signals in your own body. That is how people lose themselves. Not in one collapse, in small moments that look normal. A yes before you consider the cost. A message before your own thoughts. A truth swallowed to avoid tension. Rest postponed because stopping feels inconvenient. Repeated every day, these moments train you to leave yourself. And after a while, you are still functioning, but you are no longer connected. That is the danger. You can be productive and disconnected, responsible and disconnected, helpful and disconnected. This is why more effort is not always the answer. If you are moving from pressure, guilt, or fear, pushing harder will not bring you back. It will only make you perform better while feeling worse. So before you ask, how do I handle more? Ask a better question. What part of me have I been leaving behind? Maybe you left behind your rest. Maybe your honesty. Maybe your boundaries. Maybe the ability to sit with yourself without reaching for something outside you. Then you begin to confuse urgency with importance, guilt with responsibility, availability with love, and functioning with being okay. But functioning is not the same as being okay. Functioning means you can keep going. Being okay means you are still with yourself while you go. That is why you need to come back before you keep going. Not after everything is fixed. Not when the schedule clears. Not when everyone understands. Now, in the middle of the process, if you wait for life to calm down before you return to yourself, you may wait forever. Life will keep asking. Work will keep asking. People will keep asking. So you need a different pattern, not a perfect routine, a small interruption, a pause before the automatic response, a breath before the quick yes, a moment before opening the phone, a question before taking on another weight. That is where change begins, not in a dramatic transformation, in a small act of self-respect. Think about the message that changes your mood. It comes in, your chest tightens, your mind wants to answer immediately, fix it, explain, avoid tension. But this time you pause. You notice that the impulse to respond is not coming from clarity. It is coming from anxiety. So you wait. Not to punish anyone, not to become distant, because you refuse to let every external demand decide your internal state. These are small returns, and they matter. You did not disconnect from yourself all at once. You do not reconnect all at once either. You return through the next honest choice, the next pause, the next boundary, the next moment where you stop betraying what you already know. Autopilot is built through repetition. So is self-respect. Every time you pause before abandoning yourself, you train a different life. A life where you are not controlled by every notification, every mood around you, every expectation, or every fear of being misunderstood. This is not about becoming selfish. It is about becoming honest. Honest about what you can carry. Honest about what you need. Honest about what drains you. Coming back to yourself is not about creating a perfect version of you. It is about rebuilding contact. Contact with your body, your breath, your limits, your honesty, your direction. When that contact returns, life does not become easy, but it becomes more honest. And an honest life is lighter than a life lived against yourself. That is the real shift. You do not need to stop your life. You need to stop disappearing inside it. You can keep working, loving, building, and showing up, but from a different place. Not from guilt, not from urgency, not from the need to keep everyone comfortable. A different place begins with different questions. Before the next yes, am I choosing this or reacting? Before the next explanation, is this clarity or fear? Before the next obligation, can I do this without abandoning myself? These questions are not meant to freeze your life. They are meant to give it direction. Sometimes you do not need a huge answer. You need one honest next step, the next reply, the next pause, the next no, the next hour of rest. That is how life starts to reorganize. Not all at once, but honestly. The same responsibilities may still be there. The same people may still ask. The same unfinished things may still wait. But you are no longer moving through them, absent from yourself. You are there, more aware, more grounded, less willing to confuse self-abandonment with strength. And that is strength. Not the strength that performs, not the strength that pushes until nothing is left. The strength that can stop before losing itself. The strength that can put the phone down. The strength that can rest without defending it. The strength that can continue without disappearing. So if you feel like you have been functioning more than living, do not attack yourself. Pause. Where do you leave yourself behind? In the first 5 minutes of the morning? In the message you answer too fast? In the rest you keep postponing? Start there. Choose one small return, one pause before answering, one boundary without a long explanation, one moment without the phone, one honest sentence. Do not make it dramatic, make it real. Because you did not lose yourself in one day. You do not have to come back in one day, but you do have to start. Before you keep carrying everything, come back to yourself. Before you search for more strength outside you, return to the place where strength has to begin, within you. Be prosperous from the inside out.